If you are not in fact ready for fall, too bad, fall is here. Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I have the new Renaissance collection from Holo Taco. This release features 6 polishes in Holo Taco's crushed holo formula, i.e. holo flakies. The Renaissance collection is available right now on the Holo Taco website, and it is thankfully not limited edition. Woohoo! Two non-limited edition collections in a row, people. We're on a roll here. The polishes in this release were gifted to me by Holo Taco, and today's video is not sponsored. Thank you very much to the Holo Taco team for gifting me these polishes. So as always, in the description box, I will have links to where you can pick these polishes up. Holo Taco also sells a portion of their polishes at Ulta stores, both in person and online. I'll have that linked in the description box as well. I'll have links to my social media pages, Holo Taco's social media pages, and as well as timestamps. If you enjoyed my swatch reviews, don't forget to give the video a big ol' like or a dislike if you want. Like, I feel like some of y'all like smashing that dislike button anyway.
That's suspicious.
I feel like whenever these Holo Taco videos go live, there's a lot of y'all who don't hit subscribe. So this is your little reminder before we kick into it to please hit the subscribe button. Thanks. And as per usual, I'll save all my final thoughts and sale information for the end of the video. Let's get into this one. First up, we have Cardinal Sins, which Holo Taco describes as a warm red crushed holo. Cardinal Sins had a really good but fairly thick formula. I feel that in general, Holo Taco does have fairly thicker formulas, but I found this one applied and self-leveled really nicely. I was able to reach full opacity with Cardinal Sins in only 2 coats, which I was pleasantly surprised by. Cardinal Sins is a warm, jewel-toned red. It is jam-packed with silver holographic flakies. I found that they dried down with very minimal texture. You're still going to want a glossy top coat as the polish does dry down very flat. And since these are holographic flakes, they are not going to be overly difficult to remove. You could scrub this off if you really wanted to, but it's going to be pretty messy. I would definitely recommend the soak off method or a peel off base coat. This next shade is called Far From the Tree, and Holo Taco describes it as a forest green crushed holographic. Far From the Tree also had a really good but slightly thicker formula. I still found it applied really nicely for me. It was a little bit uneven on that first coat, but I found it built up perfectly for me in 2 coats. I agree with Holo Taco's color description of this shade. It is definitely a nice deep green. I feel as though on the first coat I was able to see a little bit of kind of like a yellow undertone in the base, but once I added my second coat, it didn't seem very yellow toned to me at all. As you can see here, this is a super holographic shade. It is going to dry down pretty dull, so you will definitely want glossy top coat to bring life back to the polish. And you get all of the sparkle from a glitter with these flakies, but they're not going to dry down overly textured, but I still would not recommend scrubbing these off, but you could if you really wanted. This next polish is called Nightlife, and Holo Taco describes it as a silver gray crushed holographic. Nightlife also had a good but thicker formula. In my personal opinion though, this is a dark gray polish. The only part of this polish that is silver is those same silver holographic flakies that we had in all the other polishes in the collection. As someone who is definitely a sucker when it comes to gray plus holographics for the fall, I absolutely love this shade. I was once again pleasantly surprised that this shade was another 2-coater for me. That added thickness these polishes have definitely make them a lot more opaque in 2 coats. And just like the other polishes in this release, it is going to dry down fairly flat, so you will definitely want some glossy top coat to bring life back to the polish. And removal is not going to be overly difficult, but I still would recommend the soak off method. This next polish is called Smalt of the Earth, and Holo Taco describes it as a deep blue crushed holographic. This is the only polish in the collection that I disagree with the brand's color description. I feel like this is more of an indigo shade. It has a very strong kind of purple lean to it that in my opinion is not quite a deep blue. I could definitely even see some people calling this more of a blurple shade. For those of you who have really sensitive noses, I do want to mention I did find that this shade has that kind of skunky smell that some blue polishes have.
That smell. A kind of smelly smell.
As is typical for polishes that have this kind of skunky smell, I do find that that odor kind of dissipates as the polish dries down. I don't really smell it anymore by the time the polish is dry. And as is typical with polishes that have that kind of funk, I somehow always really love colors like this. I haven't mentioned it this whole video. I did not personally experience any staining when I was doing my swatches for any of these shades, but I feel like this one is definitely a potential stainer, so make sure to double up on your base coat if you're particularly concerned about staining. And just like the other polishes in this collection, Smalt of the Earth does dry down very dull, so you will want top coat with it. This next polish is called Venetian Views. Holo Taco described this one as a teal crushed holographic. Venetian Views also had a really good but thicker formula. This was another 2-coater for me. While I do agree with Holo Taco's description at calling this one a teal, I do feel like it leans just slightly towards green. I can't remember off the top of my head which gemstone is teal, but I still want to call this one a jewel tone shade. And I know Holo Taco doesn't officially do seasonal releases, but I feel like this collection is very much seasonal. Venetian Views is another fairly pigmented shade, so I once again will caution against staining. Make sure to double up on your base coat at the bare minimum. Removal is not going to be overly difficult. It will dry down fairly dull. You will want glossy top coat. Use the soak off method or a peel off base coat. You know the drill. This is like the 10 millionth time I've said this. And the final polish in this collection is called Vine to Table. Holo Taco describes this one as a rich Merlot crushed hollow. Vine to Table also had a really good formula despite it looking like I forgot how to paint my nails for a second there. I did not have enough nail polish on my brush for that first coat. Despite a slightly wonky first coat, I was able to get this one opaque in 2 coats. Vine to Table is very much in that kind of wine slash berry kind of color family. It has a little bit too much kind of a purple tone to it to be like a deep red shade. And just like the other polishes in this collection, it is going to dry down fairly dull. You will definitely want a glossy top coat to bring life back to the polish. Alrighty, final thoughts time. As someone who is very much ready for fall to start, I thought this release was really fantastic. Holo Taco doesn't technically do seasonal releases as they have collections every single month, but every so often they do have like a seasonally appropriate release, and all of the jewel tones in this collection were absolutely fantastic. I love jewel tones for fall. If it's one thing that I'm not going to complain about seasonal appropriateness, it's going to be for a fall collection. I was pleasantly surprised that I only needed 2 coats for my swatches for all of these polishes. It's been a little while since I've played with the Holo Taco Crushed Hollow formula, but I feel like these might have been just like a smidge more opaque or maybe more thicker than usual, because I feel like I usually don't do only 2 coats for the Crushed Hollow formula. So while I do feel like all of the colors go really nicely together, I feel like I would have really liked an amber or some kind of like tiger's eye type color in this release. I feel like that would have been really pretty. I feel like I see oftentimes people don't really love the Crushed Hollow formula because you feel it's not as holographic as like a linear hollow or like a holographic glitter. Personally, I happen to like the Crushed Hollow formula, but I also like hollow flakies. One might say I am a hollow flaky hoe.
Right.
So yeah, I thought this release was really fun, and I really like the color story as well. As far as my personal top picks go, Nightlife is definitely going to be my top pick from this release. If I am a hoe for Crushed Hollows, I feel like I'm an even bigger hoe for a gray polish in the fall. I feel like I wear a lot of gray in the fall for whatever reason. So yeah, Nightlife is going to be my top pick from this release. My second top pick from this release, however, is going to be Smalt of the Earth. Is that, I hope I'm saying that right. I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Smalt? Smelt? I don't know. I really like blue polishes. As a general rule, if something is blue, I'm probably gonna like it, and I really like that one a lot. As far as pricing and sale information goes, the Renaissance collection is available right now on the Holo Taco website. Each polish is gonna be priced at $15 for a 12 ml bottle. And as is typical with Holo Taco releases, there will be a special bundle listing available that features all 6 polishes, and that bundle will be priced at $80. I would love to know what everyone thought of this release. Are you planning on picking it? Are you a fan of the Crushed Hollows? I feel like there's a lot of Crushed Hollows haters, which I always find very surprising, because I feel like if you don't like glitter because you're a weirdo—
That's right, I said it!
I feel like hollow flakies are a really good option for the weirdos who don't like glitter. So I don't know. Let me know all your thoughts and feelings about hollow flakies and all that in the comments. Before we end today's video, I do want to give a very special shout out to my channel members, Shenanigang Story fans. Your names all on the— I'm pointing down, I mean all on the screen right now. You guys are over here, not down here. If you would like to sign up for my channel memberships, there's a link for that in the description box, or you can click join next to the subscribe button. If you like seeing my face here on the YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give the video a big ol' like for the engagement. Also, since you are here, I'm assuming you do in fact like Holo Taco nail polishes. If you've ever been curious, out of a collection of however many polishes Holo Taco has released, which ones are my personal favorites, I posted a video recently going through my whole favorites of all of Holo Taco's polishes. I'll link that in the cards as well as in the description box. Give it a little look-see. So just thank you all for joining me for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!